Good afternoon. The Committee on Parole is reconvening. Time is 2:39 p.m. Our next location is Dixon Correctional Institute. Would the staff at Dixon please introduce yourself?
Assistant Warden Emily Smith.
Donald Campbell, investigation.
Destiny Gerald, Administrative Coordinator.
Alvin King, reentry.
That's it.
Thank you, Warden. Our first case today, would the offender please introduce yourself?
My name is Vincent Dennis,
And your DOC.
541067.
Thank you, Mr. Benson.
Well,
Excuse me. My name is Alvin Roche. To my left is Mrs. Bonnie Jackson, and to my right is Mr. Pete Freeman. Let me explain the process to you. I will read some information into the record. We'll verify that information, and then we'll give Warden Smith a chance to make comments. Tell us about any concerns or observations you might have. Then before we vote, we will allow you a 3 seconds to make a statement on your behalf. You understand the process?
yes, sir.
Mr. Benson, you are a third felony offender. Your offenses are aggravated obstruction of a highway, and you will bill as an habitual offender. Possession of cocaine, you will bill as an habitual offender. Distribution of cocaine, and another count of distribution of cocaine. Sentenced on August 22nd, 2013. Your supervision was revoked on December 17th, 2020 and June 27th, 2022. Your sentence, you received a 10-year sentence as a second felony offender. 4 years at DOC. And you will billed as an habitual second offender, 9 years, 7 months, 6 days, all concurrent. Your total sentence is 10 years. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Your parole date is June 13th, 2023. Your adjusted good time date, February 15th, 2030. And your full term date, December 12th, 2030. Is this information correct?
Yes, sir.
Your case has been assigned to Mrs. Bonnie Jackson. Would you please answer Mrs. Jackson's questions?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Vincent.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine. And yourself?
Good, thank you. We just start off with some basic information. How old are you, Mr. Vincent?
I'm 33.
Okay. And how much time actually served on these charges?
On these charges, I've been down 29 months.
I had 23, but you said 29.
Yes, ma'am. 28, 29 months.
So why are you in jail? Tell me what happened. Why are you in jail?
One night, I was at a mixed club in Covington, Louisiana. It was called the Rock and Blues, and
Mhm.
I had gotten in an altercation with someone, and they went and told the police, and I had already had jumped in my vehicle and the police had got behind me and I never did stop.
That was the that was the aggravated obstruction of a highway. Is that
Yes.
the one you?
Yes, ma'am.
And well, what about the 2 counts of the 1 count of possession of cocaine and the 2 counts of distribution of cocaine?
The
Wow.
the one count of possession, I was walking one late night and I think it was the pandemic and they had undercovers out like in Durangos and Ram trucks and I didn't know that was the police. And when I found out it was the police, I tried to run and threw something and they found it and caught me.
Something was what?
The cocaine,
Well, what about the distribution counts?
the distribution counts was in, I think 2012 or 2013. I had sold to undercover.
So are you serving revocation time on those?
The 10 that I just received ate the parole time up.
Okay. So you're done with the cocaine charges and you're just serving on the ag obstruction, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Because the 10 ate the 4 up too, on the possession that they gave me.
Oh, okay, all right. I never heard it put that way, but okay. So why were you involved in the use of drugs and in the selling of drugs? When
Because
did you start being involved in drugs?
following behind my auntie sons and growing up, looking up to them as role models and all that.
And how far did you go in school?
I went to the 9th grade.
And what happened in the 9th grade?
I was on juvenile probation and I was getting in trouble in high school and they took me out of there and put me in something like a deformed school called North Shore Options.
Mm-hmm.
And I went there and got into something, got locked up and went to Carville to a place called YCP for youth offenders.
The youth challenge program,
Yes, ma'am.
did you finish it?
No, ma'am.
No.
When I got there, like in 3 days, I saw a sergeant beat a kid up and I got spooked out thinking they was gonna do me that and I ran away.
Have you ever had a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of jobs have you had?
I just had one a landscaping job with my father.
Okay, never had a job where you got a regular paycheck?
Only time I had a job like that was when I was in work release.
And what kind of job did you have in work release?
I was working in Lake Charles at a plant called PSC, Time Rebar.
Okay. And that was when you were in prison, when?
When I had the 15-year sentence.
How long ago was that?
In like 2014, 2015.
Mr. Vincent, what kind of programs have you taken since over the last 29 months?
Over the last months.
What kind of programs have you taken this time? I see you took risk management in 17, but then you took it again in 22. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You also did pre-release in 22 and anger management in 22. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that all, are those all of your programs?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you obtained a GED?
No, ma'am.
Or not?
When I finished the last program in St. Tammany, they shipped me to a place called Caldwell. And when I got to Caldwell, I applied for it, but they put me in a class called Thinking for a Change. By then, I already had put a geographical transfer in, and they shipped me out the Thinking of a Change class and sent me to Hunt's. And Hunt sent me here, and I wrote for some stuff, but they say I'm on the waiting list
Okay. And how long have you been where you are right now?
since February 1st, I want to say.
Do you have any job skills?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
I could do the landscaping thing. I got the trash, like waste management thing.
Well, I mean, but you have, you don't have to have a lot of skill to work for waste management. You just have to be strong.
Right.
Really, you don't have to have a lot of skill to work for a landscaping business. So you haven't had a chance to enroll any kind of programs in prison that would help you get a good job when you get on the outside?
Not on this Joe's now.
So what do you think you need? What do you think you need, Ms. to be successful? Think you need?
I think I need to let a lot of stuff go, like mature up, let the old friends go, try to help the environment I'm around, like the youth, start programs for them.
No. Can't start a program for anything. See, that's, everybody says that. How you gonna start a program? You can't just start a program.
Cause
That's just talk.
no, I'm into sports out there, and I'll be like coaching the youth. I got 8 nephews.
Okay. Well, I meant, what do you need to help yourself to be a better, I don't want to say a better person, but somebody who could actually take care of themselves, get a good job, and stay out of trouble? What do you think you personally to be able to do that?
I just need to change my environment.
Let's talk about your write-ups. You had a write-up 21 for, and a write-up in 22 for fighting.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, tell me about them and why you fight.
When I first came to jail, I was detoxing off drugs and aggravated, and I got in a couple altercations with a couple dudes that was going through the same type of pain I was going through on a detox.
Yeah, well, that was 21, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What about in 22, April 3rd of 22?
I got into it with a dude in the dorm behind, I think, a card game or something. And he like called me out my name, and it just went to another level after that.
So somebody called your name and you think fighting is the way to deal?
No, ma'am, it's not the way to deal with it.
All right, well, Warren, what can you tell us, if anything? I know I've been there that long.
No, he's only been here since February 6th, like he said. He, as far as his education, we have tested him. He is on the wait list to get into some GED programming. It looks like he was participating in GED at Caldwell, I believe, and then he was shipped. So he was trying to pursue it. Other than that, I mean, he hasn't had any write-ups since he's been here, but that's about all I can tell you.
All right, Mr. Vincent, thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Jackson. Mr. Freeman,
No, I don't have any.
Mr. Dennis,
Yes,
would you
sir.
like to read closing statement?
Yes, sir. If you was to grant me the parole today and allow me to go back into society, I think I can make a big change in my life and help a lot of people, like old friends that need help, show them the way of trying to get on the right path, get help for them, and help the youth, my nephews, my family, my sisters, my mother and my father.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis. Is the panel ready?
Yes.
Mrs. Jackson?
All right, Mr. Vincent. I'm glad you're in the facility that you're in now because you can have access to programs. I'm concerned about you. I don't think you have enough under your belt to be able to be successful. You have a moderate risk score, you have a high need score. You haven't taken a lot of programs that are going to help you adjust to the outside. You had those write-ups for fighting in 21 and 22. Just you need some more work. Perhaps on the right track, but I think you have some more work to do. So our vote today was to deny. There's a risk score, the need score, need more program in your recent disciplinary write-ups.
Thank you, Mrs. Jackson. Mr. Freeman?
Spencer, I think you need to show us a big change in yourself first before you get out there and help others. And I think you have to write that if you're serious to get what you need to get out, it's time you apply. But today, my vote is to deny.
Mr. Dennis, you received 2 votes to deny your request. I agree with the reasons given by my colleagues, so I'm also going to vote to deny your request. You have received 3 votes to deny. We have a good day.
You too.